everyone, my name is Lucy from Hunting for George, and I make it my business to know about all things home, design and style. So when Bunnings called me up and asked me to check out their recently renovated pad, I said, hells yeah, where are the keys at? I'm excited, I hope you're excited, because it's time for the full home tour. Oh, this home has that new home smell, very fresh. Plus, I like how much colour hits you as soon as you walk through here. There's that beautiful, deep, moody green. We're in the living room. It's a smaller space, but it feels quite open. It looks outside, and could they have fit a bigger couch in this space? Probably not, and you know what? That is what you've got to do if you've got a small space, because if you put larger scale pieces in, it just makes everything look bigger. It's pretty comfy. I like that gallery wall. We're in the kitchen. This feels really good. I like it. It's very fresh, it's very light. Plus, it's got a really nice layout. Check that out. Here. It just feels good. Plus, this is like the best organized pantry I think I've ever seen. It could be slightly OCD. Oh my God, I kind of want someone to come over and do this at my place. What have we got? White chocolate, milk chocolate. What do you reckon? Milk. I like this. I've seen this a little bit in houses, that kind of nice rounded timber. It looks like this is D.I.Y feature. I've never seen it used this way though, underneath a bench. Going outside. They left me some water, which was pretty nice. I'm a little parched. They've created like a bench seat out of what, cinder blocks, and is this decking or even a gate? It's pretty clever. Okay, let's keep going. This is really sweet. It's quite a small room, and it probably used to be a bedroom, but it's now been very cleverly converted into kind of this sort of home office, come study, come just chill out zone. I have never seen this. This is great. They've transformed what was once a walk-in robe into a desk area. Very lovely styling. Beautiful rust kind of earthy tones. It's very kind of like Moroccan. It's very just like chilled. I like it. Yeah, cool, calm and collected. Oh my goodness. I love this room. This is so much fun. I love this structure over the bed and that teepee. Oh my God. This is obviously a little boy's room. A lot of blue in here. It's just fun. It's playful. Ooh, and I like the wall mural over here. I like that. That's super clever, super easy, makes a big impact as well. Plus it matches the teepee. Very cool. Got laundry through there. small space, but they've made good use out of it. Again with the organisation. Seriously, I'm feeling really bad about my messy cupboards at home. Okay, small bathroom, but they've actually done a really nice job in here because it feels very lush, and I think the colour helps it. That colour is really nice. It's like a very royal blue, a lot of black, a lot of white, a lot of contrast, but nice soft touches of greenery. Well, this is just straight up dreamy. It's really calm, it's peaceful, I really like it. Oh my god, would you look at that fan? Kind of like this palm, kind of floral tropo vibe going on. It's got really nice texture along the wall, which we saw in the bathroom as well. And speaking of bathrooms, so this has got the same vibe to the other bathroom. Again, it's a smaller space, but I mean, it's an ensuite. It's actually a really good size ensuite. Cool storage. We've got the color theme, blue, black, and the timber is really nice. I love that. Very tropo, kind of matches the fan. And I guess it's kind of like a kitschy cool. Ah, and that's cool. That's really clever. I never print out my photos. They're always on my phone. So I like the fact they've created a feature there. Got a drink. Might go sit on the couch. Okay, so this is a recently renovated pad, but it's not just any renovation. Bunnings actually handpicked 13 different creatives to come inside this home and give it a complete transformation. And I kind of have to say, is that a good idea? I mean, are they gonna be able to pull it off? How are 13 different people with probably very different styles gonna be able to pull off a really cohesive home? But I've gotta say, they've done it. They've nailed it. They've created a really lovely, fresh, modern, coastal vibe, and it just works really well. And in order for you to be able to understand, I guess, the sheer extent of this transformation, I'm gonna have to show you what it looked like before. Are you ready? Before this home was renovated, it was just very dated. It just hadn't had a lot of love. The home was built in around the 90s and it probably hadn't been given much of an update since then. There were lots of dodgy colors. There were lots of dated tiles and flooring, poor choices of fixtures. Basically, it was just a little bit sad and it was time for a revamp. So enter fresh, young, modern makeover, and here we are today in a brand new home and without spending a fortune. The problem that I thought I might see in this home is that it wouldn't be a cohesive style internally. However, I've got to say, with all these different people designing rooms, it actually does feel like a really considered home and everything works. And the styling is carried really well throughout. The hallway into the living area is a really lovely way to enter this home. It's just got a really fresh feeling and you are hit with a lot of color, but there's also a lot of white as well. And the timber panel flooring has got kind of a really nice light whitewashed effect, so that actually helps to brighten it all up. It has a bit of a coastal feel, but it's not kind of a provincial coastal, it's more of a modern coastal vibe. It's very young, it's very fresh, it's very contemporary. It's got a lot of energy, and it just like that energy. It kind of makes you feel happy as soon as you walk through the door. I spoke a little bit about this when I was walking through this space. For this living area, it is a smaller living area, but they've done really well in terms of scale. So I say this all the time, if you are dealing with a small space, you want to maximize the scale of the pieces that you have in that room. Go a big rug, go as big as you can. Go a big couch, as big as you can. And because every time you kind of choose larger feature pieces, they just make everything else around you just feel inherently bigger and more generous, and then therefore makes your smaller space look big. Leading into the kitchen, that's got a really good feel. Again, I mean, we're dealing with smaller spaces here, but every space feels incredibly generous. And in terms of saving money, what they've actually done is they haven't changed the layout, but they have just improved the look and the feel of what was currently there. I really like the neutral color palette. There's a lot of gray going on, but again, it's got lots of flashes of white and timber, which is really important to kind of keep it fresh, keep it light, and you know, not get it too kind of weighed down by too much dark gray. The pantry, oh my God, that pantry. I need whoever did that pantry to come into my home and sort me out, because that pantry is like the best piece of organization I have ever seen. It speaks to my OCD nature, and I just, oh my God, I love it. That organization that we saw in the pantry also flows into the laundry as well, and also the bathroom has good use of storage, and the bedrooms as well. I mean, they're smaller bedrooms, they have great robes, but they've really maximized every single piece of space with those awesome storage solutions. Speaking of bedrooms, that master bedroom, oh my goodness, that was just a very dreamy, lovely, wistful just place to be. It just felt beautifully calm. I loved the green on the wall. I loved the texture on the wall with that paneling, and that was quite, you know, a pretty good size ensuite, I've got to say. I mean, it wasn't massive, but relative to the other bathroom, I mean, the ensuite's actually a really great size, and the styling of that ensuite matches what's going on in the other bathroom, which I really liked the bathroom styling. I loved the color. It was very regal. I loved that blue, and it was just modern. They managed to turn what was a very small room into a very fun and functional space. The kids' room, oh my God, the kids' room, it was just so cute. I mean, it just made me want to be a kid again, basically. I loved it. There was just so much imagination in there, you know, and I loved that. I think that's what kids' rooms need to be. I loved the murals on the wall. I loved the teepee. I loved the fairy lights. I loved the bed. I loved all of it, and I just think I'm just kind of really jealous I didn't grow up with a bedroom like that. Now, this is actually a 3-bedroom home, but the 3rd bedroom, which leads off from the kitchen area, has actually been sort of transformed into, I guess, a multi-purpose space, kind of home office, come lounge, come just chill out area. And I really like the fact that that room, I guess, now serves a different purpose. You might want to kind of roll out your yoga mat and do some down dog, or you might just want to take your book in there or the newspaper, or you might just want to get some bills paid. I don't know, but it's just kind of a nice space that you can have to yourself, and you can shut the door and hide away. We've got to talk about that outdoor entertaining area, which has a really good functional feel to it. I've got to say, that was a complete transformation from what was there before. I liked the raised decking. I liked the fact that that created a zone for which, you know, you sat up to the table, and also the table was cool because it had a couple of chairs, but I liked that sort of DIY outdoor bench situation, which was just, I think it's just made out of like cinder blocks and a gate. I mean, that's genius. And also the front as well has been given a transformation, and I must admit, this house does stick out from its neighbors a little bit because it has new landscape gardens, and there's also just a fresh coat of paint. And you know what? I say this a bit, but paint, I love the fact that paint and color can fix everything. It just makes everything look better. They've even painted the driveway. That has made a huge difference. You might not even, like, a driveway is kind of like an afterthought, but the fact that they've painted that, it just lifts and elevates everything. And that bright pop of green as soon as you walk through the door, it automatically sets the tone for what you're going to find inside. And not only have they been able to pull off this really good looking interior and exterior, but they've also been able to do it on a budget. There was a total budget set of $35,000. That's it for the entire home and the gardens. $35,000. Did they hit it? Almost. They only went over by $3,000, coming in at $38,000. And I'm talking total here. We're talking everything that you see in this home. We're talking appliances, trades, you know, the things that you can't do yourself, like electrician and plumbing, plus all of the plants in the garden, everything in the home and garden for $38,000. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. Where they saved their money was definitely furniture. They upcycled a lot of pieces. There was a lot of DIY happening here. And also those big ticket rooms, you know, the kitchen, the bathroom, they saved money there by just changing out the fixtures and fittings, but not messing with the overall layout. Because as soon as you start to kind of move things around and you want to change the plumbing and knock things over, start to retile surfaces, that's where the cost can creep up. So instead of retiling, they've just painted over old tiles. Instead of getting, you know, a new beautiful concrete bench top, they've just painted over the existing one. So it's being smart, being clever, and thinking about ways to transform the space that you already have to give it a modern makeover. I'm super impressed with everyone involved in this home and what they have been able to achieve on such a modest budget. And to be honest, now I just want to go to Bunnings this weekend to start my own project. Yes, you're still here. Thanks for watching, guys, and thank you to Bunnings for letting me crash your pad. I enjoyed myself. I'd love to know what you thought. Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more information about this home and other helpful DIY tips, head to the Bunnings YouTube. And if you want more home tours, well, come find me at Hunting for George.